Hey, and welcome back to Power of the Programmer. In this section, we're going to be covering CSVs and data processing to find insights into your own sales data for your stores. Um, we covered CSVs briefly, and by now you should have a working knowledge and basic knowledge of variables, which are labels, lists, for loops, conditionals, functions, as well as dictionaries. So, with that foundation in programming, we can jump to the next section. And I like to start out the discussion on CSVs with a segment on the big picture. So, to illustrate this thought, I'd like to bring up a picture I found. I found this online, and it's about the data process and data pipeline in a business. So, as you can see, it's 7 major steps. The definition, the finding, the getting, the verify, the cleaning, the analyze, and the presenting, which is a visualization. And I know this might be overwhelming, especially if you haven't had a lot of experience with this, but we can really break this up into 3 parts. We have the research, which is the definition and the finding. We have the getting, the verify, and the cleaning, which we touched briefly in the previous section, such as when we clean the data from the sales data. And then we have the analysis and the presentation, the visualization, which is something we're going to be covering in this section. So you can see that this part is mostly research, this part is engineering and fixing the code, and then this part is business analysis. So we're going to be focusing in on this part now, analyzing sales data that I put together. This sales data is from my online stores, from a couple sources, and of course this isn't completely accurate. I changed some of the order numbers. I changed the order numbers. I changed the channels and scrambled them, as well as changing the product name and the SKUs, as well as taking out the shipping city as well as the zip code. But this data, for all intents and purposes, is good data that we can use for this course. So in this section, we're going to be covering CSVs and analyzing average sales data for a certain day and using that data to create projections for the rest of the month. Overall, you will have a working knowledge of how to apply this to your business by the end of this section. So let's move on and start by explaining what CSVs are, and you can find out in the next section.